I'm going to experiment today. I'm going to do a food experiment that I've been thinking about for quite a while because Jonathan in Singapore sent me a bunch of packets of some flavor blends. And there are 3 or 4 different kinds. This one's called Ba Kut tea spices. The ingredients are white pepper, garlic powder, salt, and seasoning powder, whatever that is. And the garlic powder surprised me because the instructions they give for cooking this is one of the ingredients is 12 cloves, 1 bulb of garlic. I'd lose all my friends. But I've been toying with the idea for quite a while, looking at different recipes online, and I think I've come up with something that would work pretty well. So what I'm going to use is, first of all, this requires 1.8 liters of water. I have about half that amount, but this is the water that I cook the chicken in. I cook chicken in this, and this is just shy of 1 quart. It's about 3.5 cups. So I'm going to, what is that, about, I think that's about 750 milliliters. So I'm going to be using half this packet because this has got enough for 2 of these. And then, I got to give you a bit of a story. I bought some of these. Now I went to the grocery store to look for plain ramen noodles. I just wanted the noodles because I thought noodles would look good in this and taste good in this. Nothing in the store. They had the packets with the soup flavorings in it, like Top Ramen, things like that, but which I could have bought and just, tossed the flavoring packet out and use the noodles. But I thought, I'll go over to the Asian market because that's just like 2 blocks over, and I'm on my bicycle. It's an easy bike ride. When in there, I'm the Asian man in there. What are you looking for? I'm looking for some noodles like ramen, something I can use for cooking. What are you making? I'm making soup. Oh, noodles are over here, aisle 1. Come on, I'll show you. He took me over there. Noodles everywhere. I mean, there were enough different kinds of noodles on that aisle to feed North Korea for a week. Anyways, we got dry over here, and we got fresh in the case over here. Okay, so I'm looking around. I finally find a packet that I like. It looks good. I'm looking at the ingredients: flour and eggs. Well, I've got a pasta machine. I could make my own noodles, but I thought, no, best to get a packet that has an Asian Oriental look to it, with the writing on it. This is Kap Atum Bulan. It's actually from Indonesia. Anyways, I brought this packet of fresh noodles up to the counter. Oh, that's no good. You don't want that one. That one for stir fry. You said soup. You want noodle for soup. Yeah, I'm making soup. You want something like ramen? Okay, so I went back, and these look the closest to ramen, and I think these are just flour. I don't think there's any I don't see ingredients on here. They've got to be on here somewhere, but I don't think these are egg noodles. Just flour, salt, and water was what was used to make this. So I think these are the right ones. So those are the noodles, right? I bought those. I have some cooked chicken that I'm going to use. And then I have a mixture of vegetables because I like vegetables and I want vegetables in my soup. So what I have in here is some carrots that I've cut into a julienne. I have some bean sprouts, some snow peas, some celery, and I have some green onion. So I'm going to be cooking those in this. The meat is already cooked, so I don't have to cook the meat for a long time. So I'm just going to assemble all this. And I'm not going to do it as a cooking video because I don't know where you can buy things like this other than in maybe Singapore or other places, China, Japan maybe. I don't know what places might have this. So I'm not going to do it as a full-on cooking video, but I am going to experiment with this. Okay, the first thing I want to do, I've got the water heating on the stove, that sort of broth that the chicken was cooking in. It doesn't taste much like chicken. I can always add more chicken flavoring to it if I think it needs it. But first, I want to open my packet of flavoring mix. Ooh, it's got a tea bag in there. Isn't that special? Now, how am I going to use half of this? coffee filter. Let me do it with a coffee filter. Hold on 1 second. Okay, what do you think of this? Coffee filter, and I put half of the ingredients from that little packet into the coffee filter, tied it up tight with string. That's going to be my flavor packet. And as I was pouring that in there, it's got a lot of pepper in it. This ought to be interesting. Okay, the water came up to a boil. I put the vegetables in there along with that seasoning packet. I'm going to let that cook for 3 to 4 minutes just to start to soften those vegetables, because the noodles only need to cook for like 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. So I'll let the vegetables get kind of slightly soft, then I'll add the noodles. I just added the chicken meat and the noodles. I brought it up to a full boil. The package says to boil for 2 minutes. Simmer for 2 minutes and then drain it, but I'm making soup, so I'm not going to drain it. I'm going to use the liquid as part of the soup. So we'll see what we get. So there is my soup right there. A little hot. There's my flavor packet. The last step was to put some soy sauce, just a few drops, the directions said, for color. I'm hoping this flavor is going to be okay, because the original cooking instructions that's on the back of that packet said to cook for 35 minutes. But that's with a piece of raw pork in there. It may be necessary to cook the pork, but maybe it takes that long to steep as much flavor as needed out of that flavor packet, but we'll see. Okay. Got a little bowl here for myself. Gonna set this little flavor packet aside for right now to get it out of my way. Get some soup in there, and then get some more vegetables in there, because I really like vegetables. How does that look? Looks good enough to eat. Let's see what it tastes like. I know how to use chopsticks. I'm just not very good with them. I don't get much practice. But let's see what I've got here. I love vegetables. Crisp, tender. A lot of pepper. Strong pepper flavor. Get some of my noodles with my piece of chicken here. I'm going to use a spoon. Because I want to taste the soup. Soup is actually pretty good. It didn't taste like hardly anything when I took the chicken out. Barely tasted of chicken. But that's pretty good. Okay, so thank you, Jonathan. I've got a nice bowl of soup here, and I've got more still in the pan, so I can enjoy that later. This is soup from Singapore. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Click the like button, and thanks for watching.